back with my steam straightening video that I did promise you. By now you should have watched the polygel video, it doesn't matter if you haven't. That was the finished result anyway. I managed to do both hands successfully and they're still on. I did it a few days ago and they're still on. They feel slightly bendy, so I'm always a bit wary about them, but I know that naturally polygel is more flexible than acrylic, so I guess I'm kind of just waiting it out and seeing what happens. So anyway, back to the topic today, steam straightening. I did ask if you guys wanted to see this video and there was a couple of people that thought it might be interesting. I don't know whether you've seen the videos on Facebook. They're circulating social media anyway, but the video primarily shows somebody having their hair straightened with what looks to be steam straighteners, and the hair afterwards is dead shiny and dead manageable and soft, and it looks fantastic, and you just think, I need those straighteners. Well, I don't know if that is the case. I don't know if they're that good. You're joining me today for trying them for the first time. I'm lucky enough to have been sent a set from a beauty brand that I test products for. So these are the ones that we're using today. I guess they're all pretty similar if you're using steam. These ones happen to be steam and infrared. I don't really know the bonuses of using infrared, but I've heard that the bonuses of using steam is that it makes the hair softer and it gives it more moisture, which means it's less damaging. I think all heat is damaging, but still. So these steam straighteners then, they're these. As you can see, they've got a wider plate, which is great for me with my hair, because obviously longer hair takes a lot longer to straighten, and I think you sort of like helping, cutting down that time a little bit if you're using straighteners with a wider plate. So that's a bonus. And it also has this water compartment on the top, which is quite thin. You just kind of like pop it off and take it out to refill it, but it's quite thin, so it doesn't hold a lot of water. And you just turn it upside down and it's got sort of like a little opening there. We just gently pull off the rubber seal. And it comes with this nifty little bottle, a squirty bottle to top it up with. Irritatingly, you can't actually see when the water compartment's full, so you kind of just have to wait till it trickles out of the top, which is a bit irritating, but still. So yeah, you fill that up before you use it, and just get rid of any water that's trickled out, which is, like I say, typical for me. And then you just simply pop it back on, and you hear a little click, and then you know that it's on there. So these go up to 235 degrees. The steam activates at, I think it's, I can't remember what it said now. It was something like, I think it was 100 or something like that. So, but these start at 150. So I guess I don't really know what the point of that is, but it's got sort of like a little button inside, so when you click the straighteners together and to squeeze the hair, it pushes on the button, which then releases the steam. So, and you can see from the inside there that it's got just dribble water all over myself, that it's got an infrared plate there, one of them. Again, like I say, I don't know the benefit of that. But we're going to see if the myth is true. So these videos on Facebook that make you look at that person's hair and think, oh my God, I want their hair because it's dead shiny and dead soft. We're going to see if that is the case with these steam straighteners. I figure they're all pretty much the same. So these ones retail for about £30. You can buy them on Amazon. And if you want to, I shall leave a link in the comments below so you can go and have a look for yourself. What I thought I'd do though, to give you a good guide, is do half of my hair with my normal straighteners, which are just regular straighteners. These go up to 230 degrees. I normally do my hair at 210, and these are just Toni & Guy. They were like 25, 26 quid when I bought them. So we're going to do the normal side, one side with the normal straighteners and then one side with the steam straighteners, so you guys can see the difference. So just one thing that I want to tell you about quickly, because we've all been in lockdown, nobody's seen our hairdressers, and it's dead sad, and everyone's going grey, and it's awful, isn't it? I've been using this. This is the L'Oreal Magic Retouch spray, which is great. I've done my roots with it, and it's just, you just give it a quick spritz, and it covers your roots up. So I think if you've got dark hair, it's easier to find, to get that to work for you as opposed to blonde hair. I don't know how you go on about that, but tips for you with dark hair, that really does work a treat, and it's helped me cover up my greys. I'm well impressed with that. So prepping hair then, I like to use this. This is the VO5 volume blow dry spray. So I know it's for blow drying, and that's what I do quite a lot, and I use this because it's sort of like a root lifter, just to give me a bit of volume at the top where it normally goes flat. And I know that you guys have probably noticed millions of times on my videos that I've got massive ears that stick out, and they're dead embarrassing. So I find if I put a bit of volume in my roots, it covers my ears a little bit more. But I do that when I blow dry. I've done my hair last night. I didn't blow dry it, I left it to air dry. This is just au natural, wavy. Well, it's not wavy, it's got like a weird kink in it. And I always have a certain amount of frizz. So you can see it in its natural beauty. But this is a heat defense spray as well. And I just find it leaves like a really nice coat on the hair afterwards and makes it nice and shiny. So I'll be using that to prep with. Another thing that I wanted to tell you about was the Garnier hair food masks. I've been using those for the last few weeks, and they're really good for frizz and for dry damaged hair. You can buy them in B&M, they're not very expensive, and you get quite a big pot. And I've been using it alongside my conditioner. So I put my conditioner on when I have a bath or a shower, and then I go through the ends of my hair with the hair food hair mask as well. And it's really helped to make my ends look a little bit nicer. So that's another tip while we're in lockdown, for maintaining your ends, dry frazzled ends. So right, I always start by sectioning my hair. I never just whiz through it, because I've got that, my hair is that thick that I really don't, I'm really not able to do it just quickly like that. I have to section it, but you get a better result if you section it anyway. And I like to use a comb while I'm straightening as well, because it makes sure that you've smoothed out each individual hair, so you're not missing any or you're not getting kinks in any. So I'm just going to quickly straighten this side of my hair with my Toni & Guy straighteners, and then I'll be back to show you the steam straighteners. Okie dokie, so I've done one side of my hair with the Toni & Guy straighteners. That's obviously this side. Now, obviously it looks quite shiny anyway, but I barely do anything to my hair. And like I say, I like to use the heat protecting products and a nice hair mask as well, every time I shampoo and condition. I also don't shampoo and condition my hair every day. That's really bad for your hair. You're sucking all the natural oils out of it. So your hair is naturally going to be more straw-like if you wash it very frequently. So I tend to wash mine once or twice a week. I know it sounds gross, but that works for me. This is obviously my real hair. It is this long. I've been growing it for years, but I found that leaving it alone and only straightening it once between every wash, unless I'm going out and it's wavy or whatever, tends to help my hair a great deal. So anyway, besides that, I'm going to do this side of my hair with the steam straighteners so we can see the difference between that and the Toni & Guy regular straighteners. So as before, I'm going to section my hair and just start with the bottom first. It's a lot better to straighten your hair in sections as opposed to trying to go through it in chunks. You're not going to get the same result. So it's got a pretty quick heating up time, so that's not too bad. Only takes a few seconds, probably a minute maximum, and it plays a little weird tune when it's ready. I don't know if you heard it in the background just then. So you can see from my ordinary straighteners, my ends always still look quite frazzled and terrible. And I'm hoping that these steam straighteners don't do that. They claim that it makes it nice and soft and, you know, maintains moisture in your hair. So I'm hoping that the ends will look a little bit healthier. So, like I said, I'm using the VO5 blow dry spray as a heat protector. And I do spray it at my roots as well, because when you start using heat on it, it gives it a little bit of a lift. I don't saturate my hair with it. I just give it a few sprays and then I comb it through so it coats all the hair. I always find it difficult to use a comb when I straighten this bottom section for some reason. I never know which way to hold it properly and then hold the straighteners at the same time. So I'll probably do it without the comb for this bottom bit so I don't look stupid. And you can hear the steam. You can hear the steam coming out. Now you're not meant to make too many passes over each section of hair, but I normally do 2 or 3. So already I can tell that that's made it quite soft. It does feel a little bit softer than that side, to be honest. And it seems to have really made the ends cling together as opposed to looking frazzled. I mean, I don't know whether you can obviously see the difference on camera yet, but we'll continue. So every section I take, I give it a spritz with the heat protector and I comb it through. Well, I don't go mad with it. Like I said, I don't saturate it. I don't actually know if you're supposed to saturate it or not. I do know you're not supposed to straighten wet hair because I think that frazzles your hair then. It seems quite strange that you have to squeeze quite hard to get that steam to come out. And then of course when you squeeze hard it kind of drags on the hair. But I noticed that with my Toni & Guy ones when I first bought them, it seems like you have to get a bit of use out of them first. So already what I'm finding I like about them is it seems to be a lot quicker using these straighteners as opposed to my Toni & Guy ones. I seem to be getting through my hair quicker than I normally do. I don't know whether that's because the plates are wider or whether they're straightening easier. I'm not entirely sure at this point. You can really see my roots at this point in time. So like I say, I know I'm not supposed to do too many passes over my hair, but I do 2 or 3. They come with a little heat glove as well, which I've got here. Just looks like a normal glove. I don't use it, and I've never used any heat gloves before. I probably should because I often burn myself. I bet if any hairdressers are watching this, they're wagging a finger at me. I'm probably doing everything wrong. But it's useful for you to be able to see somebody normal that's not a hairdresser do their own hair. Especially with a product that claims it's fabulous. It was kind of like the polygel nail thing. I wanted to be able to show you really how it's done rather than the professionals doing it on the video, because normal people buying that don't have the experience that the professionals do. So, you know, they're encouraging you to buy a kit that you have no idea how to use. I just feel like I'm all fingers and thumbs. That steam noise is quite scary because you think you're going to get burnt. I know that you're supposed to do quite small sections, but I feel like I can take them slightly bigger because of the width of the straighteners. I'm also wondering at what point I'm going to run out of steam when I kind of need to top the water tank up. I guess when it stops steaming. I mean, if it manages to get through half of my hair, because obviously bearing in mind that it's really long and thick, if it gets through half of my hair, I think that's a bonus. You know, filling it twice is not too bad, especially when you've got the little water bottle next to you. And you're supposed to unplug the device and take the water tank out to top it up, but nobody's got time for that shizzle, have they? So you just take the thing out while they're still on. I mean, I shouldn't encourage anybody to do that. Always unplug your devices if you're going to be using any water near them. Nearly done. As you can see, I go through using the comb to not using the comb. You see, I like to think that it's good to use the comb, and it is good to use the comb, but I get to a point where it's just becoming too bothersome and I can't be arsed. Last piece, yes. I've noticed it stopped steaming now. But as soon as we're on the last piece, I'm not going to top it up. If I had a whole nother side to do, then I would obviously need to top it up. But I do think that this is my thicker side of my hair as well. So I think two refills is probably sufficient. Okay, so the power button's on the inside, so I'm just going to turn those off now, finish using them. And I like to finish my entire hair with the Schwarzkopf Gliss Hair Repair Shine Tonic. I love this, it smells really nice, and I think it makes a massive difference to the shininess of your hair as well. So I just like to spray my hair all over with that. I don't go on my roots with it. I sprayed it in my eye. I mainly focus on the lengths and ends of it, and then give it a brush through. Okay, so I can definitely see the difference in both sides. This side that I've used the steam straighteners on, this looks a lot straighter and a lot shinier. Well, not a lot shinier, but definitely shinier than this side, which I use the normal straighteners for. You see, that doesn't look perfectly straight to me, and I put as much effort into that side as I did this side. Still shiny, which is great. I think that Shine Tonic helps massively. The one thing that I was curious about was the ends. So I'll try and show you. So they're the ends of the steam straighten side. Like I say, they still look a little bit frazzled, but that tends to be my hair anyway. But they seem to feel quite soft, which is a bonus. I seem to be able to run my fingers through it a lot easier than this side. I still feel like I'm getting quite stuck at the bottom there. I know my hair needs a good trim. And they're the ends of the Toni & Guy side. See, they still look quite frizzy to me. I hold them up together, you should be able to see the difference. That looks quite frizzy and that one looks quite smooth. And this one still looks quite thick as well, whereas this one looks thinner, but I've got more hair on that side because of where my parting is. So you'd expect it to be the other way round. But I'm actually really impressed with them. The thing is, you know, do you need to buy steam straighteners to get that result? I don't know. I'm using Toni & Guy straighteners. I don't own GHDs. I've never considered them investment. But then again, you guys might use GHD straighteners and think they're the best thing since sliced bread. That's great if you do. Continue using them. But if you find that they give you this result, then I definitely recommend trying a steam straightener. Steam and infrared, or just steam. I'm not sure if there's much of a difference, but these seem to have made a lot of difference to the way that I straighten my hair, and I'm genuinely impressed with the result. And I feel like it's cut the time down as well, whereas that one took me a little bit longer to do than that side. And again, that one's the thicker side, so you'd have expected that to take longer anyway. And I do think it's a mixture of the fact that they straighten with less passes than the regular straighteners and the fact that the plates are wider. So yeah, all in all, very impressed with the outcome. I'm probably going to go and do this side now with those straighteners, but I hope that's given you some clarity and some guidance on the whole steam straightener mythology. You know, the videos we see on Facebook, they look phenomenal, don't they? I wouldn't say that they're phenomenal. Again, you might be able to get that result with the GHDs, but I do find that they've worked really well on my hair. It feels a lot softer than regular, and it looks a lot more straight, and it actually does look quite a little bit healthier, especially on the ends. So let me know if you purchased the Longco steam straighteners. Like I say, I'll leave the link below so you can go and have a look at those. Let me know if you purchased them and what you think about it. I hope this has been helpful, and no doubt I'll be back again soon. If you've got any suggestions what you'd like to see next, then leave that below too. So you guys take care, and I'll see you soon.